Dutch residents of Rotterdam are not thrilled with Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. In fact, they have threatened to show the billionaire exactly what they think about him and his brand new giga yacht or mega yacht or whatever they're calling it, super yacht. Now, that super yacht, and what this has to do with the residents of Rotterdam, is that it's being by Dutch firm Oceano, not far from the city. Now, it's causing controversy because it would be the world's largest sailing vessel and therefore too big to fit under a historic Koningshaven bridge, which is known as De Hef. Now, that's a national monument built back in 1878, but in order to get the boat out, they got to take the bridge apart. They got to literally take the middle of the bridge out and let the boat pass through. It's that big. Now, the Bezos boat, just to give you the dimensions of this thing, it is the largest sailing super yacht and is 417 foot long. That's 50 feet larger than a football field and has 3 large masts that are over 130 feet high. 130 feet is the clearance for the bridge for De Hef, which is why they need to deconstruct that bridge just to get it through. And by the way, this yacht is so big that they also had to build a slightly smaller support yacht, you know, with its own helipad. How much did it cost? It's estimated that it cost about, just south of $500 million, or about $500 million. Man, isn't it great that Jeff Bezos didn't pay any taxes? What a great use of the money. And by the way, I'm referring to the years of 2007 and 2011, where Bezos himself paid nothing in federal income taxes. Nothing. Nothing. But hey, guess what? That helped him get a support yacht, everyone. Now, in response to this, of course, you had some Dutch residents that were not happy about this. And they took to Facebook for an event titled Throwing Eggs at Super Yacht Jeff Bezos. As of now, and it will probably grow, more than 3,000 people have already planned to attend, while additional 13,000 have an interest in doing so. The event is scheduled for Wednesday, June 1st at 5 p.m. I would assume that's local time. Now, the event description reads, calling all Rotterdammers, take a box of rotten eggs with you and let's throw them en masse at Jeff's super yacht when it sails to the Hef in Rotterdam. According to the New York Post, who tracked down the creator of this event and talked to him, it's Pablo Strawman, who said this: Rotterdam was built from the rubble by Rotterdammers, and we don't just take it apart for the phallus symbol of a megalomaniac billionaire. Agreed. Not without a fight. When asked what motivated him to make this event, he replied, because I'm a Rotterdammer and I think people with a lot of money should realize that you can't make everything go exactly your way. With this call, we make our voice heard in a playful way, and I think that is going very well. Well, look, even if they don't do that, just the fact that so many people would be interested in throwing eggs at Jeff Bezos's boat, I mean, that says enough. That sends a message. Now, here's the thing. So there's legitimate anger here. Not just the fact that it's Jeff Bezos' giant super yacht, but like they're going to take apart a bridge. And by the way, this is going to take about more than 2 weeks to take it apart and then reassemble it. And so if you got to use that bridge to go to work, well, that sucks. That's going to slow the flow of traffic. It's going to make things difficult to get around if you use that bridge for travel. And so And that is all for Jeff Bezos and his fucking ego. That's all it's about. Super, like, just so he can go through. Yeah, the level of entitlement, absolutely. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay $500 million for this boat that needs an additional boat so I can park the boat in my boat that has my helicopter on it. Okay, I'm gonna do all of that, and I'm gonna inconvenience all of you for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, just so I can get the goddamn boat out. And what do we get from it? Now, they're saying, well, we'll pay for the costs of taking the bridge apart and putting it back together. Again, what about the annoyance level? You're going to pay everybody who's pissed off and annoyed that now they're not going to be able to cross the bridge for 2 weeks? No. And by the way, this bridge, I think it was a few years ago, that was already repaired. So I don't think it really needs any new repair work on this. Sure, if they can replace a couple of pieces, but that's not the point. The point is, you're inconveniencing regular working people in order to have Jeff Bezos get his superboat. And that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Again, nobody needs a super yacht. You don't need it. You know what people need? People need health care. People need decent pay. People need labor unions to defend their own interests. Now, you know what Jeff Bezos doesn't like? Any of those things. He can't stand it. You know what he did during the Amazon, Bessemer, Alabama union fight? Put out anti-union propaganda through texts, messaging, and holding anti-union captive audience meetings. That means you can't leave. You're not allowed to leave because it's technically on company time. But we're going to give these presentations in order to bust unions. Yeah. They even Amazon got busted violating labor law by literally illegally arranging for a U.S. Postal Service mailbox to be installed in a parking lot during the union election. The union alleged that it gave the impression that Amazon might have had access to the secret ballots cast by workers, or that workers might be under surveillance as they cast their votes. So now understand, when you are in the middle of a union drive, these companies that don't want your union will retaliate. If they know that you're in favor of a union, they'll fire you in a lot of places. So, you know, these are places that have at-will employment. Oh, you're doing a union drive? Oh, looks like your performance review, it's just not good. We're going to have to let you go. I know that there are laws technically on the books, like, oh, you can't fire for somebody for organizing a union. But union, again, at these at-will states, you can fire people for anybody, any reason. Anybody for any reason. So, yes, you could be organizing a union, and then they could be like, you know, we just don't think you're a right fit here. You were a little slow, or, oh, you took a vacation day. Or you were sick the other day because you had to go pick up your kids. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. We just have to let you go. If you don't think they can find a way around those laws to fire people for organizing labor, you don't know how insidious insidious anti-labor companies can be, you know? They can do whatever they like and find a reason. And so now Amazon is alleged to have moved forward with installing those boxes anyway, even after the National Labor Relations Board had denied its request to place ballot drop boxes on site. So they literally, again, broke labor law flagrantly, in order to try to crush the unions. So now, as a result, of course, they get to redo their union drive, and hopefully this time we'll get a better result. But I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of stuff that these companies will do. And by the way, those practices are exactly why people like Jeff Bezos are as rich as they are. You don't get that wealthy by not stepping on a few people along the way. Now, that said, getting back to the egging, I realize that, yes, organizing your workplace for Amazon, if you're in a warehouse, is a far more meaningful action than egging the Bezos boat. And I would definitely, encourage people to try to unionize their workplace. However, I cannot deny that it wouldn't feel just excellent, if you would, in order to, to be in Rotterdam around June 1st, I just happen to have a carton of eggs.